Morning YouTube, how you all doing? I thought today I'll just have a bit of a chilled conversation on why I don't use tabs and why I don't trust them, and give you a bit of a reason why. But I'll show you a picture here. It's me as a youngster, and I lived and breathed metal, and I spent all my extra money or all money I saved from a petrol station that I had a day job. I would buy these books, you know. I thought, I didn't have a guitar teacher, I didn't have anyone to show me what to do. You know, VHS tapes we'd borrow, and they're grainy at best. You can't, you know, no one did lessons on like YouTube you got now. But anyway, so I had to trust these books, and I'm 14 years old, and $40 or $50 for this book, and I get it home, and the very first page I want to play Blackened. You know, who wouldn't want to play Blackened? And I'm going through it, and I'm just going to play what this tab says to play, and you tell me if a 14-year-old kid in the early 90s had a chance to do it. But anyway, here goes. This is after the dual guitar rearwards riff. This is the that's it. Yeah, I'm rocking, you know. Even then, I was like, this isn't Blackened. This is not Blackened, but this book is bought, you know. It's the best book ever because I bought it. But that's just that little bit. Let's move on. You know, it's still the same. But that's pretty disgusting, you know, especially. You know, how is a kid meant to learn? You know, we all know that it's the you know, something like that. It sounds like the song, and then you get to the actual verse riff. When James is singing there, and they've got and it doesn't show. No, it doesn't show the. You know, and we all know that that's you know, this is sort of what I'm talking about. But anyway, let's move on. We don't have to stay on this book because really they've probably brought out some newer revised issues that aren't so full of errors 25 years later. But anyway, next, another classic, you know. I'll have to be a legend if I can play this. And again, I get to the very first page, and you trust this stuff, you know. You got no one else to trust. Your parents won't tell you how to play it right. And the opening line to Holy Wars with the it's not like that, you know. The very 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. on the 13th note in the book they got it wrong, you know. It's not. Sure, it might be nitpicking, but you pay good money for this. It should be vetted, it should be looked at. Oh, another one. Let's go Holy Wars. This is just a little bit of background information. You know, I get a lot of comments, and I read them all. Look, I don't play everything right, I know that. But I play something and someone says, "You're playing it wrong, dude." And I'm like, "Why is that? Is it because the whole Leonard book said to play something totally different?" Because I don't trust these. We'll go to Hangar 18. I'm sorry if this is a bit cynical, but that's the only... I was frustrated for a decade playing the wrong crap. Why can't I be cynical? You know, I spent all my money. If I wasn't... I made that guitar, by the way, I didn't buy it. It's a ripper. Show it again. Nice. I lost it. Or I didn't lose it. A friend, I lent it to a friend to his little brother to play in a school band contest or something, and he disappeared. Little asshole. I'd love to see him again. Here we go. Yeah, Hangar 18, this is the picture right here. Check this out. This is in that, you know that part, it's meant to sound like that. It's really hard to do, but this is how the book is telling me to do the intro to Hangar 18. They didn't. Hold on. They didn't. Surely that's a typo. And then again, it tells you to do it again for the last one. I don't care where you're from, that sucks. And this is all you can go by, a cassette tape and a book, and I learned to play the guitar. So honestly, I'd rather go play it terribly and do it my own way than follow these tabs and play someone else's mistakes, you know. So at the end of the day, it's probably a good thing, you know. It was probably a good thing for me to grow up playing the guitar and having to really trust my ears and develop my own listening and isolating instruments and listening while you're hearing your favourite albums and you know your ear starts to pick more tones, and it might make you a better guitarist in the future. You don't just play what's presented to you. You don't just accept something that looks wrong. If it sounds wrong, it's wrong. That's my philosophy. It's like if it sounds good, it's good. It doesn't matter if you're not playing the. Doesn't matter if you're playing in a different position or you might be hammering on with a finger instead of, you know. None of that matters as long as you're having fun and you're doing it. You make it your individual way if you want. And when you learn things by ear, and you don't trust the tabs, you learn to, especially with solos and things. I find I have certain shapes that I like to follow, and my fingers generally have good muscle memory to play. You know, I'm not the fastest player, but in books often they're written and transposed by someone who's got muscle memory in different areas. You're playing the same scale, the same succession of notes, but you might just find it easier up here, and so when you work it out yourself, you naturally lean towards the area that is strongest for you, and so you learn it faster and you play it better, and your chances of reciting it in the future, you know, once you've learned 100 songs or hundreds of songs, you go back and you learn it again. It's a lot harder if you've learnt it from music, I find. If you've learnt it from working it out and sitting there and nutting out your songs and using programs like Riff Station and the amplitudes and things, you can slow the songs down and isolate frequencies and really listen hard to how they constructed them, but you're more likely to recall that and play it again in the future. It seems to sink in more on a musical level, and you're not just robotically regurgitating tablatures. So yeah, I didn't want this to be a downer. I want it just to have you all appreciate where I'm coming from, learning all these songs 25, 30 years ago, without the internet, without online lessons, without videos. I had to buy all these things, you know, and you buy a crappy old VHS tape with Wolf Marshall on it playing the wrong notes, and it's really hard. Because if you're not in the scene and you're in an isolated country or not part of seeing these shows, you know, like the Scorpions they've been to Australia once for one night. You know, it's not like I can just go to the show and see how Schenker tore up the fretboard, you know. But anyway, hope you enjoyed that rant, and I'll see you around. Cheers.